Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am an old gaming legend and today I'm looking at going for a solo flawless prophecy run. I know this is nothing new, it's just I wanted to kind of put this in here as it's been kicking my ass all week. Let's get into it. Alright. Show the build in just a second. I'm going to grab that, and I'm running my Strand Titan. I'm going with Banner of War, and my aspects are Threat of Warding, Generation, Transmutation, and Fury. And the main part of the build I'm looking at is that Stronghold for survivability. What I've been finding is I've been doing okay on the first couple of sections, but just making mistakes on the boss.
Ready to get paid, Guardian?
Prepare to expand your mind, Guardian.
Hey, at least try to make it sound fun, or they won't come back. You're killing me, Three Eyes.
I would love to kill you. Light and dark have met in the Sol system before. Perhaps this time, you'll change the outcome.
So, I'll run this as a little bit of a guide as well. For the first encounter, and the key mechanic throughout this is you're looking to collect 5 motes. Now, if you kill someone in the shadow, you're going to pick up dark motes. If you kill them in the light, you're going to pick up light motes. One of the issues you have is you need to be quite careful sometimes of where your shadows are, and you'll see that in the next room. Okay. Now the combatant themselves can be in the darkness. It's based on where you are standing. That's the key part. So we've got 3 so far. We're on that timer. I'm standing in the light. So even though they're in the darkness, I've got that one. Just fixing the mic as we go there, which is why I was getting wrecked. Just let's see how. There we go. Okay, so this is a good example of this. If I'm some like here, which is slightly shaded, even if I hit things, be careful of it goes with flawless. No, actually, there's no dark mode. This is a good example. I struggle sometimes with the consistency of these. You'll see it throughout the playthrough and in some of the other encounters. But I'll take that one right out. Dark modes again. Good. So as soon as I hit this, we are done with the encounter section and moving into the boss. There is a skip for this, but I want to just go for the legit version. And full disclosure, I'm not great in the skip, so for the extra couple of minutes, I'll just go for the legit way. Jump. Yep. Now I could use another damage over time. Gonna go for this just because I got the auto loading and it gives me the orbs. Let's go for that. Just because there's times here as well that I could do with just skipping underneath the shield. I know what I'm looking for, I just can't find it. Oh, there we go. know that a one phase is possible in this, but to keep expectations in check, I've been finding two phases more realistic. So we're using the same mechanic as in the last section. We need to be careful of just that, and that sort of push mechanic, because that can run fairly quickly. Some darkness motes. And I've got the top first. Just get that done. Some over here. And what pushed again. Some darkness motes. Done. Go into light. One of the reasons I like the Stronghold type is for the Banner of War for these types of situations. I'm just finding I'm able to tank a lot more damage, and it lets me stay aggressive. Shoot res. Damage. Close, but we're not there. Right. Chrono, need to be careful. Still alive. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, no doubt. So this is a good example of that. Those ones there are looking a bit like motes. I was thinking I killed in the darkness there. A little bit dark. Some more darkness. This guy. Smoked. I will take any comments in the comment section about this taking longer than potentially required. Oh, I thought I had another gun, and I must have put it back. Okay, first encounter done, and I could do with switching over to that as well. So for anyone who's not familiar with this, what we're looking at is taking out snipers and then just taking out these. There's one more sniper as well, but we'll get to that in a second. A little bit back there. Sniper over here. That's most of that way. Still using. And then once we've got this 3, we're looking for Toland. There he is, right in the middle. So, and there are my invisible Minotaurs, so we'll start on that. Down. And the reason I'm getting up high is I just want to use the skimmer just to go around and take this one out first. But I'm just looking for those instructions to pass it. So there's our Minotaur, so that's 3. One at the here, but we've still got 2 structures to find, and we'll repeat the same mechanic. That's what I'm looking for. Notice there I've taken a couple of shots, and the banner I'm really liking about this. I've ran this a couple of times this week on different builds, and it's really just the safety. I pay for it in damage, but what I'm liking about this is, just particularly on solo runs, you've got that chance of actually getting hit with something and a cheap death. It's a skill issue, I know, but if I can get the clear off of it, I'm okay with it. Right. Tones away, and we're just looking for that other structure. Just retrace my steps. This is a bit awkward and taking a bit longer than I expected. Just looking for that last one. There we go. Take out some first, make it a bit easier. Get back to the night. I think we've got everything cleared out. Yeah, okay. So even though I think I've got them this week, this gave me the prompt. So when I saw this part here, this clover section here, you can just go over the hill, and then your secret chest is over this way. Got that yellow part of sand, give you that marker. We come in here and down this way, and there's our secret chest right there. And like I said, because it's claimed, I'm getting nothing from it, but it will give you a nice drop. I'll cover that one later as well. But right now we're looking for the final Minotaur, and just that door that's open right there. There we go. Enough to start shooting this sort of thing. Prophecy is probably my least favourite dungeon, and the reason is it just took me so long to figure out the mechanics. Now that I've got them, I'm okay with it, but it was the rotation of the rooms that just the first few times I played that just completely confused me. Right, on this one what we're looking at is wherever Tolan goes to, for example up there, and we'll look at the type it is, so that's darkness there. So what I want to do is I want to kill those up here, and to be careful about dying. Close. But those two people is killed up the top, we're going to spawn the knights. And like the mechanics in this, it's that darkness part you need to be aware of. So there's the first darkness kill. And there should be the second. Once you have the moles, you don't need to worry about the other stuff. Just dunk in on the PlayStation, it's R2 for that, and then you're able to go into the middle. Do watch when you move from the second realm because there are holes in the floor. Tolan's over there, and this time it's light. Be careful because you've got a far coming when it gets in. I think I got lucky there. This is it. Tolan's above. Dunking on this one. And into that. You can see Tolan again, and it's darkness this time. There's one. In that position. Yep. There's those darkness modes. 1, 2, 3. And same again. Good. Go to the floor. light, control them right there. Very close. I'll take the luck. Appreciate it. Just looking there. So now drone there. And over to the there. Finish. Okay, so we're heading to the other exit and we're going on to Rainbow Road. Now, one of the things I was going to talk about in another video is this has been released just after the news of Destiny finishing its updates has come out. And I've deliberately held off on making a video because I wanted to get over the initial reaction, and I wanted to actually see how I felt about it and actually what I wanted to say and get that source in my head. I'll come on to that in the next video. But what I wanted to say now was about raids and dungeons. Particularly as a UK player, I'm finding sometimes it's difficult to find people to play with. There are still a lot of people interested in Destiny, but just those clans and those raids seems to be happening more on those US time zones rather than the UK. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. I thought that actually one of the things I'd like to do if I have the interest for the channel is run Sherpas. Right now I'm fairly confident with dungeons and I'd be happy to Sherpa people through those. I'm still myself working on some of the gear for different dungeons, and I would quite happily just give some advice and take people through and just get, work with them on the mechanics. So if that's something you're interested in, just leave me a message in the comments and I'll reply, and just we can work out what dungeons you want to do. The end goal would be doing the same thing with the raids as well. But as I said, I still need to get a bit more familiar with raid mechanics, but I'll work on ones that I'd be sort of comfortable doing. I'm close to it with Vault class because, well, it's been around for a while and I've just finished working on the title for that. So again, that's another one. If you were interested and you wanted that Sherpa through Vault class, just let me know and we can arrange that as well. Now I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to drop down a bit. I'm looking for that big patch there. Good. Now before we go into the last room, we've also got the secret chest to be mindful of. So let's try not to get hit off. And we'll finish and go down to that section. Not great for someone that records YouTube videos, but you'll notice I go quiet when I'm trying to concentrate. Now this is the pyramid we're looking at here. We just want to come down. I'm going to leave my skimmer right up the top here, and we're going to go to the bottom right hand corner. We're going to make this jump across, and then we're going to head up these stairs, and the chest is right here. And it's another one I've looted this week, but just for your own reference, that's what it is. So as much as I don't like this dungeon, I have to give it credit for the consistency in the mechanics. The mechanic that's used that you learn early on stays throughout the whole encounter. So once you get your head around the mechanics, it's the level design that kind of adds a little bit of confusion, which is a nice way. I like how it's made up, even if it's not my favourite. Now, you don't have to kill these, it's just quite lazy. Okay, so on to final encounter. So before I start this one, I'll go through most of my damage is going to come from the Praxic Blade. I'm going to be using the Motif grenade launcher like I was doing in the first encounter for a little bit of additional damage, and the bitter end machine gun is going to be for sniping some people as I go along the gauntlet. Now with this one, as I go through the different encounters or the different sections on the boss damage, I'm going to be in different parts of the room. I'm going to run that same mechanic of looking at light and dark modes. We've got 3 sections, no matter which room you're in, you're looking to get them. Be aware that sometimes they can change to go dark and dark light, but they can switch. Now, there's the light, it's all dark zones. So this is a good example of like these parts here for shading I struggle with. Actually I find the boss room sometimes the trickiest to find where the shading parts in. Cool. So my way around it usually is to get close to something that might actually cast a shadow. Go that way with it. So we come back here this way. And once you actually dump those, an ogre's going to spawn in the location that you've just dumped. So just be aware of that because it's easy to forget and move on to the next one. Actually, darkness smokes. See again, even though it's against the wall, they're light, so it's not a good location to go. Here, yes, there's some dark smokes. Into this edge was much darker. There we go, there's one darkness again. I'm just getting a lot of fire over that way, which I'm using for reflection. So I'm leaving that last section. Okay, ogre. Missed ammo. Yes. Should be doing this too because it's open dark. And damage. Done for the last one. Get the ogre. Charge into the middle, sink down like we did at the end of that first boss, move on to the second encounter. Now you can either move to the side of his attack or jump over it. So, go risk another one. So, coming but just couldn't work enough. You can now start to see why I might find this the most awkward in the game. There's 0 damage there, which is pathetic. Now the other thing you've got to watch on these is if you're jumping at all as you're going through them, you can end up in a really bad spot. Okay, dark entry I need to watch out for. There's another mechanic on this. Goes away. Good. That was lucky. Okay, looking at the pathetic amount of damage I've done so far, you can see why I don't like this encounter or the mechanic. I just need to be better at it. This way, 10 phase. I've died so much to this week though that I'm trying to be cautious because I'm very aware that it only takes a couple of good damage phases and you're okay. So I'd rather go for a couple more and keep it flawless and not force too much. Okay, we're looking for some light modes, light sections. Let's see what we got. Again, and 1 target. Firepower in there. Two there. Take my chance because we're going to so it doesn't matter which one to put it damage notes. You can see from the gunfire how much is coming at me, which is why I like the banner of war for this, particularly for the flawless. There's so much going on, it just gives that little bit more survivability. Like the other ones, be careful from the second stage here because you can actually find spaces on the floor that you can fall down. Okay, we need a much better damage phase. that's annoying. I thought that the walls would help there. I'm actually now worried about okay, so we're still probably at a 5 phase right now, but the flawless is intact, which after the lack of successes we can be happy about. And you can see again from the difference that a good damage phase makes all of it. We can really speed this up. I know there's plenty of streamers that can do this in a 1 phase. Yeah, I'm not that guy. Darkness. That's not helping me. This is where I can, while I'm carrying motes, I don't feel as exposed with the banner on the right to the middle. face. Stay alive, live to fight another day. So darkness here, darkness there. In a predominantly light room, figures, let's get the light. Now at that point I'm super cautious because I can see myself dying to collecting a mold or something. Okay. Now I'm just waiting for it to pop.
The Nine were utilizing both light and dark to fight the Guardian.
Solo flawless.
Drifter.
Nice.
What have you done, you insufferable rat man?
Hey, our mutual friend had a question. We all did. So we asked the Nine.
What was the answer?
Isn't it obvious?
So, Prophecy
Light
Dungeon
and dark
flawless,
are means to survival.
and
It's
Prophecy
not
Solo
about
flawless as
saints
well.
or sinners.
The Vanguard wouldn't abide that answer.
Vanguard ain't here. I'm sick of their dogma. What do you think, Chosen One? Come on back, and I'll get you paid.
Okay, if you have made it to the end of the video, thank you very much for your time and your attention. And if you're liking the content, like I said, if you'd like a Sherpa through the dungeons, drop us a comment in this video and we can work something out. And if you do like the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. Other than that, I will see you after.